What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz, Mr. Grateful, he apologizes to Eddie Hearn for beating Anthony Joshua. He tells him, don't get your hopes up for revenge. Andy Ruiz said, so I thank you, Eddie Hearn, for giving me this opportunity, and I'm sorry for beating Anthony Joshua. And that's what we're planning to do on December 7th again. So don't get your hopes up because this chubby kid is training really hard. Of course, the rematch is the most eagerly anticipated fight of 2019 and will take place December 7th in Saudi Arabia. Is now in the construction for the main event. You know, I'm actually looking to see what's the progress on that arena. Just thinking and such. But I like the approach that Andy Ruiz, how he took it, because he was more like, you know, thanking Eddie for picking him, but in a sly, sarcastic way, you know, like, hey, I appreciate the opportunity. Hey, I'm sorry for beating Anthony Joshua, but I'm going to do it again. You know, so, you know, he does this publicly, you know, so those are one of the silent assassin things that Andy Ruiz does, even though he was more blatant before he signed the contract for the second fight, to be fair, because, you know, he was talking some shit then. You know, he was smelling himself back in those days, saying that, first of all, he wasn't going over there. He wanted more money. He's not safe. You know, and it was a lot of things that was a lot of people was in his ear, you know, Heyman, Ellerby, you know, you name it, everybody, a lot of people was in his ear wanting more money, especially hearing about the amount of money that Team Joshua would make from all this, which is still undetermined, but it's still a massive amount of money the Saudis are putting up for this fight. Now, makes no mistake about it, this is trash talk. You know, this is Andy Ruiz, you know, being Andy Ruiz. You know, he has a humble demeanor, but he does talk a little shit being from South California, you know. I'm really anticipating this fight. I really am, because you have two guys, they're losing weight. They're looking a lot smaller. You've seen Anthony Joshua. He dropped weight actually before Andy Ruiz and all this miraculous weight loss. He's actually shown that he's lost a lot of weight. You know, if you look and compare how he was on June 1st to how he was when they were in those press conferences, especially when they went to Saudi Arabia, he looked a lot slimmer. It reminded me of of Knockout Kings. If you guys used to play that on Xbox or PlayStation 2, and it showed it like the older you got, like you're not as bulky, you're slimmer. That's what he looked like. You know, he looked like he just kind of slimmed down, like how you can create your own fighter and the body style. That's what Anthony Joshua looked like. So it's gonna be a totally different fight, you know. And I look forward to it. But Andy Ruiz, you know, he's rubbing it in real hard, saying, hey, man, I'm sorry, but hey, don't get your hopes up because these belts are not going anywhere. You know, so, you know, I wonder what Eddie has to say about that. But he did make a reflection and an official apology for this. So it's just more mind games, man, at the end of the day, you know, to make him more aware, to make Eddie Hearn know that, hey, I'm talking shit, I'm the champ, and we're going to do it again December 7th. That's our plan. So anyway, guys, what do you think about Andy Ruiz's statements towards Eddie Hearn's apologizing for beating Anthony Joshua? You guys tell me what you think. Of course, please subscribe, and you guys been counterpunched. Peace.